There is no question, when you're buying a home for the first time or the 50th time, there are many factors that you and your family should consider, such as where you're going to live, why do you want to buy, or why do you want to sell, and a very important one is who will help you along the way. I truly believe that it should always be loan first, then home second. And to help you with the loan, you should only work with an experienced local mortgage strategist. What are the most important factors to consider? Hi, I'm mortgage strategist Kevin Martini. And there are two very important factors for you to watch in today's real estate market, and they will be discussed in this, the 61st episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast. Roll the intro.
This is the Martini Mortgage Podcast with Kevin Martini.
Welcome. My name is Kevin Martini, and I'm not just the host of the Martini Mortgage Podcast. I'm also the branch manager and senior mortgage strategist of the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage. Now, I have been in the financial services since the late 80s. However, I'm still a very young man. And I have been working exclusively in the mortgage arena since 2006. I and the Martini Mortgage Group help families create wealth through real estate financing. Now, it is summer 2019, but regardless of whatever season it is, in the real estate market, the top two factors to consider: what's happening in interest rates and what is happening in inventory. Hashtag Kevin Martini Live. Number one thing to watch in today's real estate market is interest rates. Mortgage interest rates were on the rise for the majority of 2018 before slowing to where they are right now. At the time of this recording, according to the Freddie Mac's Primary Mortgage Market Survey, they were hovering in the low fours. The interest rate you secure when buying a home not only greatly impacts your monthly housing cost, but it also impacts your purchasing power. Simply put, purchasing power is the amount of home you can afford to buy for the budget you have available to spend. As mortgage rates increase, the price of the house that you can afford to buy will decrease if you plan to stay within a certain monthly budget. For audio illustration only, if you plan to purchase a $400,000 home while keeping your principal and interest payment under $2,000 a month, if the current rate was 4.25 for a 30-year fixed mortgage, then your principal and interest payment would be $1,968. It is critical to point out that with each 0.25% of increase in interest rate, the value of the home you can afford decreases by 2.5%. Let me expand. Many families I work with are on a budget. If the budget is $2,000 a month for principal and interest, and if the mortgage rate moves from 4.25 to 4.5, that would mean to keep that exact same $2,000 payment, one would only be able to afford a $390,000 home. With a rate of 4.5, a $390,000 home would be $1,976, principal and interest. Now, what if rates moved 1 point higher? In other words, they moved from 4.25 to 5.25. It could happen, and if it did, you wanted to still maintain that $2,000 target principal and interest, that payment which is in your budget. That would mean you would only be able to afford a $360,000 home. If you wanted a $400,000 home, then your budget will be busted because your principal and interest payment would be $2,208. Interest rates impact your buying power. Right now, home loan rates are epic. However, how long will they be epic for? I do not know. If you are thinking of buying a home in 2019, buying sooner than later could equal substantial savings. Hashtag Kevin Martini Live number 2 things to watch in today's real estate market is inventory. A normal real estate market requires that there be a 6-month supply of homes for sale in order for prices to increase only with inflation. Now, according to the National Association of Realtors, listing inventory is currently at a 4.2 month supply. This is still well below the 6 months needed, which has put some upward pressure on home prices. Home prices have increased year over year for the last 86 straight months based on data at the time of this recording. 86 months is over 7 years. The inventory of homes for sale in the real estate market has been on a steady decline and experienced year-over-year drops for 36 months. That's from July 2015 to May 2018. But we're starting to see a shift in inventory over the last 11 months. My son, Logan Martini, who is also a mortgage strategist with the Martini Mortgage Group, co-authored with me our summer 2019 edition of the Martini Buyer Guide. The Martini Buyer Guide is called Things to Consider When Buying a Home, and it's available for free by going to www.martinibuyerguide.com. I think this guide simply and effectively communicates the current ground floor opportunity. On page 7 of the Martini Buyer Guide, there is a chart that shows the change in housing supply over the last 12 months compared to the previous 12 months. When you look at the chart, you will see in the beginning of June, inventory levels have started to increase as compared to the same time last year. Here is the Kevin Martini Live punchline. If you are planning to enter the housing market, either as a buyer or as a seller, get together with a trusted mortgage strategist to discuss what changes in mortgage interest rates and inventory would mean for you. If you're looking to buy in Kentucky, North Carolina, or Virginia, either myself, Kevin Martini, or Logan Martini can help you. Just give us a jingle by calling 919-238-4934. In closing, the 2 most important factors to consider are interest rates and inventory. Also remember that there is no substitute for price and cost clarity before you find that perfect place to call home. It should always be loan first, then home. It doesn't matter how big the home is. It matters how happy the home is. Thanks for tuning in to the Martini Mortgage Podcast. Cheers.
The Martini Mortgage Group makes real estate dreams a reality with trusted advice in a stress-free environment with great rates and on-time closings while providing a world-class experience. If you or someone you know has questions about the current mortgage rates or the current mortgage programs, please reach out to the Martini Mortgage Group at 919-238-4934. The information contained in this podcast presentation is for general product information purposes only. Arklatex Financial Services, LLC, NMLS number 2143, doing business as Benchmark Mortgage, makes no representations or warranties of any kind expressed or implied about the completeness, reliability, suitability, or availability with respect to the information, products, or services. All loans subject to borrower qualifying. Other restrictions may apply. Branch Manager Kevin Martini, NMLS number 143962. Branch located at 5650 Six Forks Road, Suite 101, Raleigh, North Carolina 27609. Contact the branch by calling 919-238-4934. Equal housing opportunity.